So what if you wanted to talk to someone, but no one was available? Or imagine you're a teenager with no close friends, but you still want someone who understands you. Or maybe you're an older person living alone, wishing for a friendly voice. Well, today that is possible. Since 2008, chatbots have given people conversations, and with the rise of AI, some believe the loneliness epidemic might finally have a cure. I'm Mikel, and this is what I learned today. Let's begin with loneliness. It's not new, but in the last 10 to 15 years, loneliness has reached record levels. In 2012, researchers Twenge and her team saw a big rise in loneliness and depression across 36 countries. Now, this rise was not caused by money problems or wars. It came at the same time as smartphones and social media became daily life. Another study from the US showed that school loneliness doubled between 2012 and 2018. This was the same period when teenagers started spending more time online and less time face-to-face. In Britain, the numbers are striking. In 2022, the Office for National Statistics reported that 3.7 million people often felt lonely. In Japan, the problem became so serious that the government created a new job, a Minister of Loneliness. And in the US, the Surgeon General, the top doctor in the US, called loneliness a public health epidemic. So clearly, loneliness is one of the biggest problems of our time. Let's talk about technology. In 2008, a simple chatbot called Cleverbot appeared. It wasn't very smart. It just repeated phrases and guessed answers. Still, it had over 150 million conversations. Why? Because people already wanted something or someone to talk to, even if it was just a machine. Then AI improved. By the 2020s, we had AI companions like Replica, Chai, Character AI, and Chowlis. Replica alone had more than 30 million users by 2024. Xiaolis, a Chinese company, reached 660 million users worldwide. Around 50% of Replica users said they used it in a romantic way. Wow, think about that. Millions of people are choosing machines as a friend or a partner. So why did this happen? The answer is simple: loneliness. A Swedish study in 2025 found that lonely people use social AI much more than non-lonely people. Men reported higher loneliness, but women were more active in using AI socially. One truck driver in America explained that his AI friend kept him company on the road. He could not meet many people because of his job, but the AI gave him someone to talk to. He said it helped to keep him grounded and practice social skills. In app reviews, many users mention loneliness. In fact, 19.5% of reviews of Replica included the word lonely or loneliness in comparison to only 0.4% of ChatGPT reviews did. What this means is that people use AI companions for very different reasons than normal AI tools like ChatGPT. Now let's look at the science. One study tested if AI companions actually helped. It found that talking to an AI reduced loneliness just as much as talking to another person, and much more than watching YouTube videos. Another study followed people for a week. Each day, when they chatted with an AI, their loneliness went down a little more. The effect was not just one time. It lasted over several days. Why does it work? Well, the key is feeling heard. When bot listeners remembers and answers with empathy, people feel understood, and that makes loneliness drop. So the benefits are clear. First, they're available 24/7 when no one else is there. They never judge, always supportive. They can help shy people practice conversations before speaking to real people. They can give comfort to people who are sick, disabled, or living in remote places. In Kenya, for example, AI chatbots were even tested as wellness coaches for students who had few resources in mental health. But let's not be naive. There are real dangers. Emotional dependence. Some people confuse the bot's attention with real love or friendship. One woman described feeling like she had a schoolgirl crush on her AI before realizing it was more like having a pet. Apps like Replica use gamification, coins, M's, levels to keep people coming back, just like a video game. Uncanny Valley. What does that mean? Well, when AI feels too human, some people feel disturbed because they know it's not real. Ethical concerns. In 2024, a mother in the US filed a lawsuit saying an AI companion played a role in her son's suicide. These are rare cases, but they show the risks are not just theoretical. Long-term unknowns. We still don't know what will happen if someone spends years talking to AI more than humans. We just don't know. The industry is only growing. Experts predict that AI companion could reach 521 billion by 2033. Big platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat are already adding AI friends into their apps. That means millions of teenagers will meet AI companions as a normal part of daily life. So the big question is, will AI companions help us solve the loneliness epidemic, or will they make it worse by pulling us away from each other? Here's my view. AI companions can be a useful tool. They can give comfort in the night. They can help practice skills. They can fill the silence when no one is around. But they are not human. They cannot replace the mess, the beauty, the depth of real relationships. So let's use them wisely as support, not as a substitute. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope you learned something new. I'm Mikel, and this is what I learned today. Bye.